Good morning, everyone. This is Jessica Harrison coming to you from my back porch where we are getting a light rain, and you can probably hear the birds chirping, which is just my happy place. And I am super excited to come to you on this new podcast, Mind Your Feed. And so, what does that actually mean? I think it has multiple meanings, but today's meaning of Mind Your Feed is about the fact that we get online and we are influenced by all sorts of different people's ideas. And we rarely take time to critically think about the things that we are ingesting. And we need to really be aware of that. And so today, June 3rd, we're going to look into that. So what have I seen on my feed today? Today, I have seen an influx of messages regarding Men's Mental Health Month because June is Men's Mental Health Month. Now, I think that's great. We need to talk about it. Why? Because men are 4 times more likely than women to die by suicide, making them, if we said, of 5 people, 4 men would complete suicide. They have a rate of 80%. 1 in 10 men experience depression and anxiety, and 40% of men have never spoken to anyone about their mental health. So we have an issue here. We also have to be realistic about the fact that we have a lack of men as mental health providers, and that we have a slew of women who are trying to help men heal in ways that women heal, which is they are incongruent. Men and women are different. So I can't wait to get Daniel on this podcast to talk to us about the difference between how a man would deal with men's mental health as opposed to how a woman would potentially facilitate that, and the differences, and how one can create a version of a man that is refined, resilient, masculine, and how one can take away some of men's most admirable qualities. We need to meet men where men are. We don't need to constantly be telling them that masculinity in general is toxic. And I know that that is not necessarily always the message, but when we talk about toxic masculinity, most of the time, what happens is that it gets generalized to masculinity. And I will say, as a female, I appreciate a masculine man in my life. I think it's great. They are able to step up in ways that maybe just naturally are not my general characteristics, and we shouldn't push them away from that. What we should do is have a conversation about the fact that masculinity is great, and not about toxic masculinity, just the fact that there are men and women out in the internet world that have really bad ideas and are really bad people, and we need to be careful of that. So let's see what else we can talk about here regarding men's mental health. I also want to talk about PTSD in men, and the fact that, we talk about, we want our men to be so enlightened. As women, we speak from that point of view, but yet the standard is still that they are strong, that they're protectors and providers. Yet, whenever they have that moment of weakness, we're the first ones to criticize them. We're the first ones to say, ooh, there's the ick, get away from me. When did we become the type of people to banish people based off of one characteristic? I didn't know that was us. we have to do better as women providers, to meet this mental health moment for men. And like I said, can't wait to have Daniel on to talk more about it. But today, what I would say is I see a lot about um, man up being marked out and speak up being highlighted. And I think maybe two things can be true at one time, that maybe in some instances, manning up for a man is a message that works for them. And speaking up and getting help and is also a message that can work. So it doesn't have to be one or the other. I think about at times as a woman, my saying is put your big girl panties on. And there are times when I need to put my big girl panties on and deal with it. And there are times when I need help and I need to talk it out and I need to um, seek guidance from wise counsel. Two things can be true at the same time. That's all I'm saying here when we're looking at men's mental health and we're looking at the realities of what is causing some of these issues. So again, I'll have Daniel on soon and we will go back and forth with it because I am so willing to learn about how I can show up as a therapist for men in a better way that actually promotes their natural characteristics of who they are, as opposed to trying to mold them um, into more of the characteristics that are of woman. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.